Hey guys, welcome back. This week I'm working on an upper cabinet that'll work as a pantry shelf. It's gonna have 3 adjustable shelves, and I've already cut everything to size. I've got the sides, the top and the bottom, and those 3 adjustable shelves. Wanted to show you how I'm gonna work on the joinery. Gonna do 3 different things, starting with rabbets at the top of the sides to hold the top. Gonna do that at the table saw. My favorite way to make rabbets is in 2 passes at the table saw. First, I'm gonna run it through this way, and then I'll lay it down. I'm gonna have to shift the table saw over, and I'll run it through this way. Those 2 cuts will come in at perpendicular angles and carve out the rabbet. This is probably the best way to make it because it makes the least amount of sawdust. So let me get some ear protection on. Let's see, I have the fence about 3/8 of an inch away from the outside of the blade, and I've got it raised up the thickness of the plywood, which I think is about 23-30 seconds. Let me remember where I'm making the rabbit, and we'll get going. After this first pass, I'm gonna reverse these 2 dimensions. The one thing you want to be careful of on this cut is that you push it straight across and you don't let it tilt. You could do this with a cross-cut sled as well. For the bottom of the cabinet, I'm going to create a dado using my dado jig for the router. And all a dado is a notch that's set in from the edge. It can be set in a little bit or a lot. And a rabbet is a notch on the edge. You could do this at the table saw with a dado stack. That's a series of blades clamped together in the table saw. But I think you get a flatter bottom when you use the router. I'm going to be using a 3/8 inch router bit. And I'll do this in 2 passes, running the router up one side and coming down the other side. I need to get all this clamped in place so nothing moves on me. So I'll get that router out in just a moment. All right. Think that's gonna work. The next step is to take these and the top back to the table saw to cut a dado for the back panel. Now this dado I'm gonna make in 2 passes with just the regular 1/8 inch blade. I'm not setting up a dado stack because I want the dado to be about 3/16, and even 2 blades would be thicker than that. The backer for this cabinet is less than 1/4 inch thick, so I'll run this through, nudge the fence over, and run it through again. Alright, well this is only a dry fit, but you can see how the cabinet's going to come together. Going to have adjustable shelves. And something I wanted to explain is why I didn't do a rabbet for the back. That's normally what I do on a cabinet or a bookshelf. But in this case, I'm going to use a French cleat to hang this cabinet. And so I wanted the back recessed in from the very back. I still need to drill for those adjustable shelves, and I need to give everything a light sanding before glue up. It is definitely easier to sand before you assemble. So let me get to that. I'm not drilling out every hole. I know pretty much where I want them to be, but a little bit of adjustability can't hurt. So I'm lining up one hole where I want it, and then I'm going to drill one above and below. And the tape is just to make sure I don't drill too far. Alright, ready for glue up. I have sanded everything to 150, and I sanded the back to 220 just because. Let's see if I can get this back in here. The one thing I love about rabbets and dados is that when it's time to glue it up, everything just kind of clicks together. Oh yeah, where did I stick that glue? Let me get some glue in this top rabbet. You don't really have to worry about, making sure it's square when you use dados. No, I mean, you should still check to make sure it's square, but it's not likely to be out of square, honestly. Alright, where did I put the bottom? Okay. This to go in this way. I may have to hammer this one in a little bit. Dado is a little bit tight. Okay. Let's get some clamps on this. See how tight everything is. Whoop. Get back up there. There we go. Alright, we're gonna leave this for, I don't know, at least 30 minutes. And then we'll see about hanging it up in the closet. Alright, it is time to wrap up this project. I reinforced the French cleat with screws, and I have screwed the other part of the French cleat, or the other French cleat, I guess, onto the wall 8 inches from the ceiling. When everything's connected, the bottom of that French cleat is 7 inches from the top of the cabinet. So by putting it 8 inches from the ceiling, it allows me to push the cabinet up against the wall and then bring it down onto that French cleat. The face frame I have made out of 1.5 inch stock, and I assembled that with pocket screws. Luckily, let me get this centered a little bit. This closet actually gets narrower as you go up. so this face frame will fit in down bottom, and then I can slide it into place, and as I slide it up, it gets tighter and tighter. Let's see. There we go. Just about. Yeah. Now I'm not gonna glue that on yet. I am gonna take all of this down and paint it separately. And once it's painted, I will glue and probably use some brads to attach the face frame to the cabinet. And there we have it. Everything has been sanded, so it's ready for primer and 2 coats of paint. I'm gonna do just a white semi-gloss, and it's gonna be plenty bright enough, I think, when it's done. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great week, and as always, get out there and make some sawdust.